how to set up a sitting. In order to set up a sitting, you will need to go to the Settings button from your main home page. You will then need to click on the Add Sitting button at the top of the page. Once you come to this page, you will have a step-by-step guide of the information that needs to be entered in order to create a sitting. Firstly, you will need to give the sitting a name. You will then need to select a service, which means choosing which test you would like to be set up. I can choose here the Cat4 UK test and then click Add. You will then need to select the test level, and you will be able to see a description of which level is relevant for which year group by clicking on the full description link. So for a Year 4 student, you can check that the Cat4 Level A is the correct level of test. You will then need to click on Add, and this will take you back to the page, and you will click on Next. The test start period that you will need to choose is the time that you would like the test to be taken from and the date you would like it to be taken from. You can forward date this into the future. So if you know that tests are not going to be done until next month, you can put this forward into the future, and you can also choose any time around a 24-hour clock for the test to be available from. You will need to set a window for the sitting to be taken within and the test to be done within. You can set this to a maximum of a 1-month window. You will then need to click on Next when you are happy with the times and dates you have chosen. You will come to the Select Student section, and you will need to add individuals and choose the students that you would like to do this particular test. You can order the children's names by group or by clicking on the year column. You can also use the Refine Search feature, and by clicking on Group and entering in a group name, you can select that group name as a tag, and click on Done. This will then only bring up the students in that particular group, and you can select all and add them to the sitting. If you do have more students on this page than those that are fitting on the screen, you will need to click on Load More to ensure you load up all of your students first. You will then need to click on Next, and this will take you to the test start mode. By default, this will always be set to automatic test start, which will mean as soon as it comes to the date and the time of the test start period you had chosen on this page, then the children will be able to log in and start taking their test. If you would like to have more control over when the children have access to the test on the day, you can choose the manual test start mode. This will mean that a teacher will need to be logged in at the same time as the pupils, and they will need to click start on the test in order to give the students access. This can be useful for early year students who may need more settling time to ensure they are all logged in correctly, or if you would like to create strict testing conditions and make sure that all of the pupils have access to the first page of the test at exactly the same time, you can also choose to go for the manual test start mode. I will leave this as a manual test start mode and later show you where the teacher would be able to click start on the test and give the students access in the progress button. You will then need to click next, and you will be able to see a summary of the sitting you have just created. You can review the details here and go back and make any amendments. Once you are happy with the details here, you can click on Save Sitting. And this will bring the last sitting you have created at the top of the page. For the teacher to be able to give access to the test in a manual test start mode, they will need to be logged in to this page and click on the progress button. They will then be able to see the names of the students in this sitting, the access codes, whether they have logged in or not, and they will then be able to click on Start Test to give the students access to the first page of the test. The teacher can also click on the refresh button whilst the sitting is live to be able to see the students' progress and whether they have part completed or fully completed all parts of the test. Coming back to the main sittings page, you will be able to edit the sitting. This can be edited up till the point where a child starts taking that particular test. Once the test has been started, you can no longer edit the sitting. However, if you have missed any children from the sitting, you will always be able to create another sitting for the same test, and in the reporting section, you will be able to include all of the pupils into one single report.